What's up, everyone? Constantine here. So another week's gone by. Whew. Yes, another week has gone by. Time, it just keeps on going. We keep using the term whirlwind. It has been a whirlwind of a year, as you all know, and it's been a whirlwind of a past couple weeks, and we're about in that month window until we hit trail. We rush to be able to get the film again before it gets too dark, and this week's top 10 is going to be what we all love to talk about. And what we all love to talk about and what we all love to do as hikers is road walk. We don't actually mind it that much. We mind it once it starts to get past a certain point, but a road walk is just a wider trail, right? But there are different tiers of road walks, so we're going to kind of hit those top 10 list, and let's stop rambling, get into it. For one, best road to walk is a Forest Service road. A Forest Service road most of the time is going to be pretty far in the backcountry, or backcountry. It's still front country because there's roads and everything like that, but you're not going to have a lot of traffic. You might have one or two hunters every so often. A Forest Service road, most of the time, it's just going to be you walking that road. You might pass another hiker, you might pass maybe a Forest Service employee or maybe a hunter, but most of the time it's just a wider path. So Forest Service roads are pretty good, unless you get a decommissioned Forest Service road. Those are, whew, they can be rough. A decommissioned Forest Service road can mean that you are bushwhacking a forest. No road, just forest. Forest Service road, decommissioned, just means forest. Yeah, so there's different levels of that too, and there's everything in between. Great straight ahead, kind of dirt road, gravel road, and then there's straight bushwhack. So be wary about the Forest Service road you're on, because it can be great or it can be rough. Number two, there would not be some of these trails without this road, and it's kind of a love-hate relationship with hikers and loggers. We just said it right there. It's logging roads. Number two is logging roads, and a love-hate relationship because the loggers don't necessarily like when there's hikers walking their road because they're on a time clock, and we get that. They're trying to get their job done. They're trying to get their paycheck, so they're rushing down the road. And hikers, we don't want to get hit by a car. We don't want to get hit by a truck. So you got to find the balance. Without a lot of these logging roads, we wouldn't be able to get so far into the backcountry or so far up that mountain to create trail. So sometimes you're going to walk logging roads. A lot of the Vancouver Island Trail that we did this year, we walked a lot of logging roads. Granted, the trail's in its infancy and it routed you on these roads, but without those roads, no access to that trailhead or no road walk along that road. So logging roads, love-hate relationship. Loggers and hikers, you got to find the balance, and we're respectful of the loggers, and we hope it shows back in turn. And we've met some amazing loggers on these logging roads, so we see it in effect. So logging roads, you got to have it at number two because they are everywhere, and they make your journey not only easier when the trail routes you there, but it makes it more accessible to more people. Three, this is going to be a type of road, and the first two that we talked about could even fall into this, but number three is a dirt road. And what we mean by dirt road is, again, there's so much that can encompass in there, but a dirt road is most likely just going to be a lane, and it's dirt. So you're walking dirt. You're not walking pavement, you're not walking gravel. You'll see this a lot more in the deserts, but a dirt road, it's just a wide trail at that point. And a lot of the time when you're road walking this, it feels road walkish, but then it also feels trailish. You'll bounce back and forth between those feelings. So a dirt road, it's at the top of our list because it feels like trail sometimes. And a lot of the time, 99% of the time, it is in fact trail. And you might do it for 10 miles, you might do it for 20 miles. And sometimes that dirt road is a break from bushwhacking, or that dirt road is a break from really hard miles, so you can kind of sit back into the pace and eat up some miles on the dirt road. So it's a wider trail. We don't mind dirt roads. We know a lot of hikers might not be a big fan of dirt roads. We like them. We'll keep hiking them. Trails keep putting us on them. We're going to keep hiking them. Number four, two-track. And what's the difference, Constantine, between two-track and dirt road? So a two-track is going to have way more wiggle room to be qualified as a two-track. A two-track can be two coinciding tracks. It's not fully flat. It's not fully a road. So if you're driving a two-track, most of the time there's divots from the wheels from a four-wheeler or an ATV that cut into that road. A 2-track is different than a dirt road because it's not a full scale of that's all flat or all road. It's 2 divots that you have to follow. And on a 2-track, can vary in different scales as well. You can have a bushwhack of a 2-track where you see maybe a faint trail, but all that growth has come back. Or you can have a 2-track that just is like a mimic of the trail. So like you're walking one of the 2 tracks, but there's another trail right next to you and you're like, oh cool, the trail goes this way, and it's like I'm seeing double. So that would be the 2-track. Number 5, you're gonna walk some gravel roads, guys. Gravel roads, again, not the best, not the worst. Gravel roads are just gravel roads, and a lot of the time it's going to be crushed gravel. And the PNT, the AZT, the VIT, all of these trail systems have gravel roads you're going to walk. It might be for 10 miles, it might be for 20 miles, and it's just a road you're going to walk. So there's different types, but still road walking. Gravel comes at the middle of the list because we'd much rather walk a dirt road than a gravel road, because with that gravel, you can start to feel your feet kind of move loosely, and all it takes is 1 step to twist an ankle. Yeah. And with a gravel road, a lot of the time there might be huge divots in it too. A vehicle might have chewed through it, or there could have been washout on the gravel road because it's not as compact as a dirt road. So gravel roads, you're gonna walk them, and if you're picturing like really thick chunks of gravel, you're going to have that sometimes, but that's not what we're talking about. So mostly a gravel road is going to be very finely ground gravel and very small pebbles, rocks. So you'll still be able to move pretty well. You might move a little slower than if you were on a dirt road, but you'll still be able to cover ground. It's not just all gravel like if it was a gravel driveway. So gravel roads, you're going to walk them. All right, we're starting to get to the point of the list that not giant fans of. We liked all those other ones. There's moments in each of those ones that we actually enjoy walking those roads. And there's moments in these ones coming up that we enjoy as well, but you got to really look for that enjoyment. You're out on trail, so enjoy it. Number 6, paved roads. And this is foreshadowing to going down the list after this. So paved roads, yeah, blacktop, following those yellow lines and those white lines and following pavement. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt if your feet are not used to that. We've started a trail, the Natchez Trace Trail, instantly started road walking, and the rest of the trail was road walking, and we thought we were ready. Our feet quickly told us road walking is very, very, very different than high mileage days on quote unquote trail, because that was a trail. So paved roads, your body is going to react differently to those miles than if it was trail. And we've even noticed if you're pushing high miles on paved roads, your body starts to get, tired's not the right word, your body starts to get tight from that repetitive movement because there's not a lot of fluctuation and you're not using a lot of different muscle groups. So paved roads, you're going to also walk those on trail. If you're trying to connect footsteps, you're going to walk paved roads. Not so much on the AT, but that's about it. PCT, you're going to walk them. CDT, you're going to walk them. PNT, IAT, AZT, GDT, VIT, you're going to walk them. So you're going to walk paved roads. Even on the AT, once you get into town, you have to walk paved roads. When you walk through Hot Springs, you walk through a paved road, sidewalk. But we digress. Paved roads, also a reality of road walking. Just find what works for you. Pop in some music, pop in a podcast, sit back into it, and realize when you start that paved road walking, your body might have been on trail for 200 miles and gung-ho about those flat-ish miles, but it's also going to keep the toll. It's going to start creating different soreness that you did not realize was there. So paved roads, be wary. 7, county roads. So county roads are in kind of a league of their own because it can vary. All these roads can vary, and that's kind of a theme of this video, but we're trying to give you as much of a feel as possible. So a county road, most of the time a county road's not going to be busy. We kind of compare it to a Forest Service road in the fact that it might be maintained more than a Forest Service road, and it might be wider, and it might look prettier, as in there's clearness ahead of you, but a county road is most of the time going to be pretty well maintained, and it will be dirt, gravel, pavement. It kind of fluctuates throughout all of those, but a county road, you're not going to have to worry about too much traffic. You might have a little bit of cars every so often, but you're not really in the threshold of really having to worry about traffic yet. We'll get to that. So county roads, we still like walking them. They're still in the woods, still in the wilderness at points. Sometimes you got to walk the county road to get there. So county roads, we're getting close. State road. Yep, you're gonna have to start looking for the Grim Reaper. When we say Grim Reaper, we mean cars. It's gonna start getting busy out there, so make sure that shoulder you're walking is kind of stepping straight, because don't veer off. State roads, there will be cars, and again, it's not to the point that you have to be cognizant of it every single second. You can listen, feel the cars. You can sometimes see down the state road for miles and see the car coming. There's some blind turns, but a state road, most of the time it's going to be paved. There's some instances we've walked dirt roads that are state roads as well, but most of the time it's going to be paved, and most of the time you're going to be contending with traffic. So when you're contending with traffic, they have the right of way. You get hit by a car, it's not going to be good. So you're the one that has to move. And also be respectful. When you're road walking, even if it is trail, and even if you're not completely gung-ho about road walking, it's trail, and be respectful of the people in the cars, because they're looking at you like, what is this person doing? So scoot to the side, let them pass, and yeah, just be cognizant. Number 9. Oh yeah, okay, we'll do it. State highway. Different than a state road. A state road is still bordering on that county-ish road that you're starting to get a little more traffic, but not too bad. State highway is exactly what it means. It is a highway. That means people commute up and down that road all day, every day. Going to work, going to school, going to get groceries, going out to trailheads that you're walking from because you got to connect the footsteps to the next trailhead. State highways, they are busy. We're getting close to that yummy. Okay, can't digress. So, state highways, you're gonna have to be really aware. You're gonna have to really stick in wherever that shoulder provides you. Sometimes it's this big, sometimes it's this big, and sometimes it's nothing. So really gonna have to be aware. And with the state highways, you might get stopped. You might even get stopped by sheriffs. When we walked through Wisconsin, I think there was one day we got stopped by multiple sheriffs because we were walking, I believe it was Highway 52 for 30 plus miles. And yeah, they want to know what you're doing. And most of the time, it's going to be a pleasant conversation, because you may look rough, you may smell bad, but people can feel energy. And when you start talking about the purpose that you're doing and what you're out there for, they'll realize that you're out there for a goal. You're out there doing a trail system, and you won't get a hard time. You might get honked at from other locals passing through, but for the most part, you're in the clear. Just stay clear of cars. All right, let's really get into it now, huh? Number 10. Interstates. Don't get super scared, because you're not gonna have to do a lot of interstate walking. We swear on the Pinhoti we got routed to an interstate, but then we met a hiker that said it doesn't go on the interstate. We're almost positive we have footage of walking the interstate. And then also in Wisconsin, we had a little bit of interstate walking. It's not frequent. They're not gonna put you on the interstate because, in fact, you're not supposed to walk the interstate. So if you have to walk the interstate, it might be 500 feet. It might be 1,000 feet. It's not going to be multiple miles like everything else in that list. But an interstate is a no-no zone. We don't like it. We don't anticipate it. And we avoid it if we can. But if the trail brings you through there, we have to walk the trail. But don't walk an interstate. It's a road, and it might be part of the trail system, like we said, for 50 feet. 500 feet, 1,000 feet, it's never gonna be super far. It's gonna be barely a blip on your radar when you're doing thousands of miles. But in that blip of a radar, you have to be super careful, because if you have to cross that interstate, it's a giant game of leapfrog, and that pack ain't gonna protect you. So be careful. So interstates, you're not gonna have to worry about them too much, but they might be out there just as a blip. We just want to let you all know that that might be a road walk, and that's why it's at the bottom of the list, because it's not really, but we do want to let you be aware that it might arise. Let's just keep on rolling. Let's just keep on rolling. Secret number 11. Not really a road, pavement, close to a road, town sidewalks. We like them. We actually enjoy town sidewalks. There's a little myth actually on the AT, and we don't know how real this myth is or how true, but they say the person who's hiked the most AT miles is this little old woman, in the town of Hot Springs, North Carolina. She lives right on the trail. She walks out her front door every single morning and walks the trail, which actually is the trail, the Appalachian Trail, on the sidewalk to the post office, to the grocery store, around town. So she's been living there for 50, 60 years. Every single day she's doing trail miles. And we think that fact is true, and it makes sense that it would actually be true because you add up those miles every day for 50, 60 years. We thought that was a really cool fact. So town sidewalks, you're gonna walk them whether you're in town for resupply, or sometimes the trail routes you through town. A lot of the time it did that on the IAT, Ice Age Trail. So town sidewalks are a nice enjoyment because you're technically road walking, but the road's next to you. You don't have to worry about traffic. So another top 10 video. We got about 4 or 5 left until we hit trail this year. 2021, it's coming up quick, guys. It is coming up quick. So we love doing this. It's gonna be fun, and we got a very special one coming up. We've already thought it out for the last one before 2021 hiking season this February. You guys are gonna enjoy it. This one we weren't terribly thrilled about. These road walks are road walks. We find enjoyment in them. They sometimes get monotonous, but we wanted to kind of let you all know that you're gonna road walk on trail, and you just gotta find the enjoyment in the moment because it's there. Sometimes that road is just really long. So we would love to hear from y'all. So if you love this, please reach out to us with a like, comment, or subscribe. If you really love this content, head on over to our Patreon page where you can see the behind the scenes of what's going in this next month and a week until we hit trail. 8,000 miles this year. It's coming up quick. It is coming up quick. So go on over there, check it out if you want to. And also over on 11 Skies right now, we still got that sale going on for about a week or 2 more until the end of holiday season to get you guys ready for hiking season. And we also just recently updated what is in our pack. We didn't do a video, but we have a gear list out on 11 Skies as well that you can see what we kind of pack. We build around that each time, but it lets you know what we build around in our pack and what our base pack is. So yeah, we love doing this. Thanks for watching, and it was fun. Let's go walk some roads, shall we? Cool. Peace.